All right, so now that we have our table of contents, the next thing we're going to put into our notebook is our rubric. The rubric is what we use to grade your notebook. This is a set of guidelines that you need to follow to make sure that you're putting everything in your notebook the way that you're expected to. So ideally, you want to score 4. Okay, 4 is the highest grade that you can get on your notebook. So in order to score a 4, you need to make sure that all of your pages are numbered, that you have a neat table of contents, and that all the titles and dates are included on every single entry. You need to have all required notes, labs, activities, fold-ups, and vocabulary activities complete. Even if you're absent, you are responsible for making up your work and making sure that everything is in your notebook. So make sure that you are checking with your teacher or checking your missing folder box and making sure that everything is put in there. Also, you need to make sure that all of your work is neat and legible. If you can't read it, it does not help you. The next score that you can get is a 3. 3 is an okay grade. You have to have at least 75% of your pages numbered. You need to have a neat table of contents. Titles and dates are mostly included. Most required notes, labs, activities, fold-ups, and activities are complete, and most of your work is neat and legible. To score a 2, which is not a very good grade, you would have to have your table of contents, titles, dates, and page numbers incomplete or messy. If you score a 2, it means that some of your work is there. Some of the required notes, labs, activities, fold-ups, and vocabulary activities are complete, and only some of your work is neat. If you score a 1, it means that you're missing the table of contents, the titles, dates, or page numbers, that few of your required notes, labs, activities, fold-ups, or vocabulary activities are complete, and that your work is messy and hard to read. You will score a 0 if your notebook is missing, so make sure that you always know where your notebook is, okay? So now that we've talked about the rubric, let's cut it out and put it in. So you're gonna go around the outside so that it's small enough to fit in there. We'll cut around the bottom and on the other side. And maybe just a little bit off the top too. So if you want to make 100 on your notebook, you need to make sure that you are checking this rubric and that you are following all of the expectations for your notebook. This is going to go on the inside front cover. So as soon as you open up your notebook, right across from your first table of contents, that's where we're gonna put it, okay? So right here in this little space. So the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna flip it over. We're gonna use our paintbrush to get a little bit of Mod Podge, and we're gonna brush it all over the back. Now it's okay if you get a little heavy with it. We want it to be able to stick, and we want it to be there all year long. So get Mod Podge all over it without making a mess. It should feel kind of wet whenever you're done with it, and that's okay, it'll dry. Make sure you get it in all the corners so it doesn't come up. Okay, and once you have your Mod Podge all over, you're gonna flip it over and put it right on that inside cover, right in the middle, the best that you can. Oops. Smooth it out. And there you go. If this ever comes out of your notebook, let your teacher know and we will help you get it put back in there.